the Arizona Cardinals, who coming into this game have lost 5 games in a row, 5 really heartbreaking, crushing, gut-wrenching losses in a row. Going to the Dallas Cowboys with that high-power offense, they honestly just dominated this game. And my first takeaway is Arizona absolutely deserved to win this game, and the Dallas Cowboys did not deserve to even come close to winning this game, because Arizona from the start, honestly, like their defense, I honestly really did like their matchup with Dallas. Like, I know that like the Cowboys have obviously like one of the best offenses in the league with, Dak Prescott, Javonte Williams, and then CeeDee Lamb. You got George Pickens, Jake Ferguson, and a pretty okay offensive line. But I honestly did like Arizona going into this game, only because of how absolutely god-awful that Dallas Cowboys defense is. It's probably honestly the worst defense in the league, unless you want to maybe take away from like stats-wise, the Bengals. Cincinnati Bengals actually have the worst defense in the league. But the Dallas Cowboys, like, it just seems like every time like Brissett actually had time to throw, like he was going to throw for like at least a 15-20 yard pass every time. And I came in this game like just thinking, man, I don't really like this matchup for the Cowboys. Like, I know Arizona is not, like, record-wise, they don't look that good of a team. You don't got Kyler Murray playing. You don't got, your starting running backs playing for the Cardinals. James Conner, a backup back as well. So it felt like the Cowboys can honestly probably win this game. But honestly, like, again, I like this matchup of Arizona, and Jacoby Brissett, absolutely a just great game from Jacoby Brissett, and he's been playing so very well for Arizona Cardinals. This is his third start that he was going in this game against the Dallas Cowboys, and he was 21-31, 261 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And I believe he also had a rushing touchdown, so 3 touchdowns on the night. Absolutely just a great game from Jacoby Brissett. And again, like the last 2 games, even though they were both resulting in losses against the really, really red hot Colts and, a really great contender in the Green Bay Packers, it just felt like Jacoby Brissett like made this offense actually come to life. And when it was Kyler Murray's turn, for the first, I think it was like 5 games or so, when, the Cardinals were 2-3, they didn't really seem like their offense was really even clicking, and like the defense was actually pretty good. And now the Cardinals offense is actually looking really, really good. And Marvin Harrison, I mean, what a game he had. Second half, he did obviously kind of slow down. I think he only had like 1 catch or something like that in the second half. But man, first half, dude, he was absolutely cooking Deron Bland. Like, it was like hot potatoes, And yeah, 7 catches for 96 yards and 1 touchdown on the day. And obviously, Arizona's run game was also pretty good. Second half was kind of a little lackluster, but obviously they were, they were just honestly just trying to wind down the clock and obviously give Dallas less time to potentially come back in this game. So Trey McBride's also a really great tight end. He's obviously one of the better tight ends in the NFL. He had 5 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown. Michael Wilson, I think, had like a 50-yard catch or something like that in like the very first play of the second half. It was very, very nice. And then Arizona's defense, I told you, like, again, I know that it's a little bit suspect at times. It's a very inconsistent defense sometimes, but man, I actually did like them going into this game. It was really just going to come down to, can the Cardinals somehow stop the high-powered Cowboys offense? And they absolutely did. Like, Denzel Burke had the, late game interception that basically sealed it. I mean, even though the game was over, they basically confirmed it, sealed it right there. Walter Nolan, I think he was like a first-round pick from the Arizona Cardinals, the D tackle. He got his first NFL sack of his career, so it's great to have him back right there. And then Calais Campbell, Josh Sweat. Calais Campbell, literally the 21st, I think it's his 21st season going into this year. 39-year-old man is literally just got 2 sacks. Insane from him. And also Josh Sweat also had 2 sacks in the game right there. So literally the Cowboys got pressure on Dak Prescott all night long. So very, very great performance from the Arizona Cardinals. Now we're going to talk about the Cowboys. Oh boy, I really just think this might just end their season. Now, obviously, theoretically, they are still in the NFC contention, but or potentially, for them to make a wild card spot. But again, I was really nervous going into this game for the Cowboys, and man, it just got a whole lot worse. And unfortunately, I'm gonna hate to say this, but I think their season might just end after this game. And if they lose to the Raiders next week, I think they either play a Sunday night or Monday night game next week. Oh yeah, it's gonna get really rock bottom for this team. Dak Prescott was not a fan of him tonight. First half was not playing great, and no, I know maybe stats wise it actually doesn't look that bad, but honestly, I literally watched the entirety of the game. He did not have a great game. Literally, a bunch of the stats literally came when like the team was down by like 17 points. So just really, really terrible game. I wouldn't say terrible game, but just not a very good game from Dak Prescott. And Javonte Williams, I mean, rushing yards actually did play pretty good, but he's had an absolutely just gut-wrenching fumble towards the end of the game where actually the Cowboys, just they actually had a really good shot to potentially come back in this game. You know, felt like the offense was starting to roll. The Cardinals defense was starting to, you know, maybe feel a little bit like that fourth quarter adversity. I mean, you know, that's really what the story is for Arizona Cardinals this year. It's like their fourth quarter collapses has absolutely just derailed this team, man. It seemed like that was going to be another trend going into this fourth quarter, but the Cardinals defense actually came up with huge plays to theoretically end the game. Lamb, I know he led the team with yards, but it just felt like he was just not really interested in even showing up in this game. And then George Pickens, you know, did have some really nice plays, but unfortunately did get a really costly unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't even know what he was doing. Like, he was like putting the ball in front of the defender's face when he caught like I think it was like a 13-yard pass, some of that out of bounds, and like he just shoved like the football near the guy's face. I'm just like, dude, that's just so stupid. Like, why are you even doing that in the first place? And then Ryan Flanor, the Cowboys defense actually got to Brissett, I think 5 times tonight, which was really shocking to me. I think Dante Fowler, Kenny Clark, Jadeveon Clowney, Reddy Stewart, I think he was like a safety or backup safety, they all got the sacks, but the Dallas Cowboys they just play terrible on defense wise. And also, I just felt like the decision making for the Cowboys was just so questionable. Like, first drive of the game, like they go for like they were like the Cowboys were moving, like they were clicking all cylinders, like they were getting a first down after first down after first down, and then unfortunately, like they got into the red zone, and the Cardinals defense finally made some plays, and then you know it was I think like 4th and goal of like the 4-yard line, and they're deciding to go for it. I'm like, I mean, I understand maybe you think like you need to really score a lot of points in this game, but like you need to at least get points in this drive to at least, you know, get yourself some points to start the game off. And then Dak Prescott takes a sack, and literally all the momentum honestly went to Arizona. And then I think there was like a position in like the 3rd quarter, or it was the very first play of the 4th quarter where the Cowboys were down by 17. And they were in field goal range, and it was like a 4th and 6 or something like that. And the Cowboys actually elected to go for it again, and they missed it. And theoretically, if the Cowboys would have at least kicked a field goal and then kicked another field goal, the game actually could have realistically had a good chance for the Cowboys to come back. But again, it's just the decision making from this Cowboys, you know, coaching staff. You know, I'm not gonna really blame Brian Schottenheimer for this game, because I mean the Cowboys just the defense is just so bad that like it's just so hard for this Cowboys offense to theoretically try to get as many points as they can. So my takeaway from this game, Arizona absolutely outplayed the Cowboys. I had a really good feeling that the Cardinals can actually upset this team, and you know, of course they did. So a really great win for Arizona Cardinals to finally get back on the winning track, you know, to hopefully at least save their season from right now. And then for the Cowboys, I mean, just absolutely gut-wrenching loss. I mean, with this, if the Cowboys would have won this game, I would have felt like, okay, maybe they can try to get some momentum. You know, you got another really like winnable game next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. You know, maybe they could get to like 5-4-1 or something like that. But now you're 3-5-1, and if you lose next week to the Raiders, and then you got like I think games against the Chiefs, you got the games against the Eagles, the Lions, like it's gonna get really tough for the Cowboys to try to even get in contention for the NFC playoffs. So yeah, that's my takeaways from this game, guys. Let me know, guys, down below in the comments what you guys thought about this game. Did you guys think the Cardinals absolutely deserved to win this game? Did you think the Cowboys may have gotten rigged in this game? Let me know, guys, in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.